Hi, this is the bad boy, Joey Janela, and you're listening to the Going in Raw podcast, because Joey Janela always goes in raw.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to Going in Raw.
Hey everyone, Kenny Omega here. In case you didn't know, we have an awesome kick-butt show called Stephen Larson's Going in Raw, and they're going to be supporting AEW every week amongst many other things. Goodbye and smooch. Good night. Bye-bye.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steven Larson. And, of course, available wherever podcasts can be found. If you like wrestling podcasts, hit the like button right now.
Oh, not just the like button. By all means, do hit that. But go to the subscribe.
Yeah.
And when you hit subscribe, there's a little thing that pops out, and you could say notifications, all, some, what, all. That's the correct.
Just make all. All is the correct.
All is
Look,
the ideal
man,
choice. Because it's not like we put a bunch of stuff out, just a video edition.
if you like wrestling, but you're not a jerk about it,
Yeah.
hit all on the notified bell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Went through another YouTube sub purge and lost about 300 subs.
Yeah.
Gotta get them back.
Yeah, I guess so, somehow.
Hit that subscribe
After the
button.
holidays, maybe we'll do a sub drive or something. I don't know.
There you go.
Is there another gimmick we can pull out of the hat to...
I'm sure. Hey, if there's one thing we're pretty good at, it's gimmicks like that.
I guess so.
We're also on the Patreon, patreon.com/Steven Larson. All sorts of great content over there. The other day, we went on a gambling spree in GTA 5.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun. That's available right now for the patrons. And then, so we're not going to have a bonus episode like this afternoon, but like later on tonight. My goal is to get it up, some bloopers, or at the very least, just the raw footage of you in the RoboCop outfit over there in a cardboard box.
Oh, dear.
I might just upload that raw file as a bonus episode because it is pretty damn funny. It's good stuff.
We hear you laughing while I'm in there trying to act like a robot.
Yeah, because it's hilarious. We did get a couple new patrons in, so we want to give them a shout out. Daniel Litton, Josh Dionio, Mike Tengwall, Wins 2, Michael Milbury, Peter Watchtowich, and Mike Josephs. Thank you very much.
Thank you all
for your support.
Yes, thank you.
And then, of course, tomorrow is Ask Steven Larson. We have to put up a thread for that as well.
We do.
For the friendos.
That we do.
So, anyways, let's talk about this AEW now, and then at around 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4
NXT,
p.m.
yes.
Eastern,
Yes.
we're going to talk some NXT.
Yeah.
But right now, we're going to talk about AEW.
Correct.
Fun show. Good show.
Yeah, it was fun.
I didn't watch last week's, but I heard last week's was really bad. I'm assuming this week's was better than last week's.
I didn't watch the last week either. I didn't really hear anything about it. The editorializing I heard about is what you mentioned just right now, or in previous, that it wasn't their best effort.
Mm-hmm.
Like the matches were fun. Some of the story stuff I don't know if I'm really into. Like I don't like the stuff with Brandy.
Yeah, okay.
That promo is a little awkward.
Yeah,
I think
was,
like she slowed her cadence down, I think, to sound sinister, menacing.
I still think that Brandy's an odd fit for that particular role. She's too corporate. She sounds like...
Well, she's too corporate, but she actually seems like a really pleasant person.
There's that, too. She seems like a boss you'd be welcome to have.
Yeah.
Not the leader of like some sort of sinister cult type thing.
And also, isn't there a little bit of crossover there, seemingly between this Nightmare Collective and Dark Order? I understand their motivations behind recruiting people might be different, and what they may offer is different. But when you got two kind of mysterious factions, if you will.
Well, now kind of three with the
Butcher and the Blade
and the Bunny.
Yeah.
You got kind of sort of a bunch of cults going on there.
Kind of. I don't know. It seems like they're at risk of having too many groups or factions with kind of similarly themed gimmicks.
Yeah. I could see that. I think it'd be cool if the Nightmare Collective became like a little bit bigger, like added some dudes to it. It'd be kind of an interesting sort of, an inverse of what we usually see, which is, which male dominant faction should add a female. It'd be kind of cool if this started out as women and then added a couple of dudes to it. Mm-hmm. That'd be kind of neat. That'd be kind of different. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Brandy, she has a lot of natural. She comes off as an authority figure in the first place. So, she adds some extra heft to the group. But yeah, she does come. She's a bit too polished for what this is. It seems like.
Yeah, and I guess her, when she says I'm going to be heel now, I guess she just talks slower.
And when Cody gets on the mic and talks about it, he acts like it's like a side hobby of hers.
I know.
Let's
talk walking around taking women's hair.
Let's talk about this real quick because it sounds like this is obviously either just a shout out to their friend or maybe a hint at things to come.
Well, I don't know how tight Jericho and one Marty Scurll are, because Jericho there's no writers behind Jericho stuff. That's all him.
Oh, if you think that they're not in there saying, "Hey, toss Marty on that list,"
I'm not saying that wasn't the case at all. I'm saying that he wasn't handed a script.
No, I never said he was. I didn't say that. But he said the word. He said the name Marty at the end of his thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. What? Okay. Are you in a weird mood today?
I guess so. I had a lot of coffee this morning.
Okay. Well, maybe we should slow down on that. Anyways, it seems like there's a potential that Marty could be showing up in AEW.
Yeah, totally.
This might be the first little hint that could be the case.
Although isn't he doing something for Ring of Honor still? His contract was up last weekend, I think.
Yeah, I know. We all heard that it was up last weekend.
But I think he's still doing one more show with him.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't surprise me if he told Ring of Honor, "Hey, I'm going to be debuting for AEW like on December 18th or maybe the first of the year or whatever."
So if you want to get one more show out of me,
can we do another show with you? Well, I just told you that I'm debuting with AEW. Well, can we still do one more show? You're not going to draw.
We'll give you $150.
Like the rest of our talent, you're not going to draw. So yeah. That was kind of cool. Like, he gave Marty a little shout out. Why are you on Rovert's Twitter account?
Because Cage Side Suit said Rovert said that Marty to AEW isn't a done deal because Ring of Honor offers allegedly massive $500 an appearance, Marty. We'll give you triple what we normally pay people. It says here, I was trying to find that original tweet, and that's what I was looking for because it's related to Marty, and that's what we're talking about, right?
Yes, it is. I don't know. Hey, man, can you too good me and we can start this over? I didn't mean to get under your skin somehow. I don't even know how I stumbled under your skin.
You didn't get under my skin. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, man.
I was just being silly, and you took it all serious like.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know. I can't read you. I've known you for 25 years. Sometimes I still can't read you. Anyways, here we go.
Oh,
Kirsten,
man, Rover tweets a lot.
Kirsten says, way too much. Kirsten says, final battle tagging with Flip Gordon.
That's
Poor Flip Gordon.
Poor Christopher Daniels.
I know. Poor Christopher Daniels. Look at this. And then he falls.
Just falls.
At first, I was like, man, what a really great looking worked botch. And then I saw it again. I was like, it was just a botch.
Just a botch.
Anyways.
But there wasn't
I'm surprised. I thought you were going to be all about it. Usually you're all about AEW. And I was like trying to bring it for AEW today. The Statlander stuff was good.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Okay, so what'd you think about all the shots at NXT?
Oh, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
The Britt Baker thing was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Elite's thing.
I know. That kind of bit seemed like it would have been right at home at being the Elite, where there was something happening like the Young Bucks super kicked somebody at a hotel and they turned those, and Britt's there doing that or something like that.
Which
yeah,
I feel like AEW
BTE.
They kind of need to do more BTE type stuff because that's sort of what brought them to the dance. So I thought it worked.
Oh, it's fine. I didn't have a problem with that. So I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
That's it. I didn't really think much more about it.
Cody calling out Damian Priest's version of the Crossroads, saying that it's a bad Crossroads. They're botching it on 2 channels now. I'm okay with that. You know why? Because it fires up their base.
Yeah.
There's one thing I've learned in politics. You got to fire up your base.
You do have to fire up your base. If your base don't turn out, you got no chance.
Like Cody at some point should just come out there and go, NXT, ooh, and then everybody will start going, oh.
So like that one time Sami Zayn said AEW on Raw.
Just don't be sly about it. Don't even put it in context of anything. Just come out there and say the phrase NXT.
Yeah, no.
That's
NXT, ooh. No, but like a lot of the matches were good. Just some of the story stuff, I'm like,
Yeah.
I kind of like it better when it was just more focused on in-ring stories.
Yeah, but that's not going to work, man. That's not going to work.
We'll see what the ratings are like.
That was what I was actually came out of AEW, and I was like, man, they actually gave us some story stuff. Whether I like it or not, they actually got on the mic and explained things. And then even like MJF had a response to Cody, which I'm assuming they're going to run because it was a really good promo. I assume they're going to run that on TV next week. They really should. If they relegate that just to the internet, that'd be
No,
stupid.
man, I like Cody's promo. He always delivers.
Yeah, that was good. I like that they added somebody to, apparently her name is Melanie Cruz, to the Nightmare Collective. I like that they did the shaving the head, or they shaved the head during picture-in-picture, which made it more strange that they would do that in picture-in-picture. Main event was kind of whatever.
Oh yeah, it was kind of whatever, but the end picked up pretty good.
Yeah, it was weird that they went the first 5 minutes just wrestling.
Well, that was Janela's
Like mat
thing. He wanted
wrestling.
to prove that he could mat wrestle.
Yeah. That's, to me, I don't really care about that. Like, you're Joey Janela, man. Just start doing crazy stuff. What do I care?
did.
If you want to prove you can wrestle, like enter a wrestling competition.
Didn't he
enter an amateur
He
wrestling
should
competition?
do Josh Burnett's Bloodsport. Oh, he wanted to. He wanted to take on Enzo.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. That was a funny little video. Weird shoot
Now
moments.
Tomatonga's going after Enzo on Twitter.
Well, he's an easy target, isn't he?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It started out with the Young Bucks and Dustin.
Oh, man. This was awesome.
Versus Sammy Guevara and LAX. I'm a really big fan of Sammy Guevara. I love when he tries to do moonsaults. No, was it a moonsault?
He's
No,
trying to do a
shooting star press
with his phone.
There's
I know.
literally nobody even close to being right there.
No, he was too busy on his phone.
He was too busy on his
vlogging.
phone. I thought that was great. I wonder if he was on Twitter looking at pictures of Jack Nicholson on a boat.
Maybe eating a giant sub.
And he had a box of pizza.
I know, and swimming in the ocean.
Smoking a cigarette.
Smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dustin, he is the natural. What is he, 50-something years old?
He moves amazing.
I know, and they had that gag in there that he's catching his breath. I don't think he needed that.
Yeah.
Like, his cardio was off the charts.
Yeah.
Doing destroyers, wrestling a PWG-style match in his 50s. It was amazing.
There were two PWG style matches on TV
amazing.
last night, and this was one of them. The other one was the main event.
And this one was
of
great.
NXT.
It lasted, 12 minutes?
Yeah, it was
all
cool.
action, never let up, never slowed down. Fantastic stuff.
I feel like, what do you think? Compare and contrast. Sammy's 630 versus Ricochet's 630.
Oh, Ricochet's.
Man, Sammy's, for whatever reason, just took me so off guard last night. I was like, holy crap, that looked amazing.
Well, his looks good.
Ricochet's is more graceful. Sammy's looks like it has more impact.
Oh, it could. Yeah, Ricochet's is graceful. I think he compacts himself in a tighter.
He does. So
ball.
I think that makes it less impressive. When Sammy, it looks like he's about to hit the floor, and he's still like doing a bunch of spins. That was crazy. I was like shocked at that one.
I hadn't seen him do it before, so I was kind of surprised.
It was pretty great. Yeah, you're right though. It was like a PWG match.
Oh, it was tons
All
of fun.
sorts of great stuff.
Where do you even start?
Well,
yeah,
you can go to the finish. We can just keep going.
I want to talk about. Well, I mean, yeah, Dustin did a destroyer.
Or anything you liked here.
Well, I like that spot where Matt hits that cross body on the inner circle. They get up, and then Nick and Dustin like do a crisscross thing where Nick hits a tope on one of the guys, and then Dustin takes out the other two with the senton off the apron.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was awesome. And he hits a destroyer later on. It was great. That spot where Dustin gets in, he takes it to LAX. A couple great power slams to them. Sammy comes in. Dustin's like, hold on, I need to catch my breath. He does, then hits Sammy with a power slam. That was great. This match was all about spotlighting how awesome Dustin is 30 years into his career.
Yeah, you're right. Ortiz was
He was cussing a bunch ringside.
Yeah, there was that one bit that was totally caught on. Like, they were barely able to bleep out when he said D, but he yelled it. I think it's okay, like, for Cody to get on the mic and say you're a D, but you can't say S my D.
No,
that's different because that's a verb. The other one is a noun. Instructing somebody to S my D.
Well, the S is the verb, but the D,
right.
It's the context of the D.
It's
if you're
the
calling
entirety of
someone, like if you say S my D, you're referring to the organ.
Yeah, right.
Whereas you're calling someone a D, that's you're not referring to the organ itself. You're comparing one to
the organ.
To said organ,
I mean,
yes.
You're still saying
context is everything, though. In both cases,
he's great. Ortiz is so good, like playing up the crowd, though.
Yeah, he is.
Because there was a couple spots. It reminded me of the Riddle stuff at PWG when somebody else, on the opposing team, would execute some cool move on his team. He turned to the crowd and was like, "What? Did you just see that?" Ortiz is a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
Just his character stuff is really fun.
Yeah, it's good. Finish. Oh, sorry. So the finish is Sammy goes up top, but not before grabbing his phone. So he's vlogging. He goes for a shooting star press. Instead, super kick party.
Yeah, that was cool.
From the Young Bucks.
That was really neat.
And then, so he's laying on the mat by the corner. And then Dustin and Matt pick up LAX in tombstone position. Nick then jumps off the top rope, kicks them both into Meltzer drivers, and then hits a senton on Sammy. Mm-hmm. When he lands, he pins Sammy for the win. Damn impressive finish, I got to say.
Yeah, man. I thought that was
the creativity of the Young Bucks off the charts, man.
Knows no bounds.
Yeah, so next week they said we're getting a street fight.
No, it was a Texas street fight.
Sorry, Texas street fight.
There's a huge difference there. What is the difference between a Texas street fight and a
They should
regular
do a thoroughfare fight.
Oh, that'd be good.
So take it back.
Find a ghost town?
Yeah. Just make it old timey.
I've always wanted to visit a ghost town.
I've never been to a ghost town.
There's a couple out like within a couple hours of driving distance.
I've driven like parallel to ghost towns.
Yeah.
Like off the freeway.
I've driven by some crack houses. It's kind of different though.
Yeah, it's quite a bit different.
After that, we had Trent, according to JR, formerly known as Trent Beretta.
I mean, that's true. I think that was his name in NXT.
That's what JR exclusively knows of Trent from his time in NXT because I think they were around at the same time. Versus Phoenix, knew who was winning and going into this one. That was my main problem with. I'm not going to talk about NXT. That was my main problem with NXT. There was too many matches where going into it, I was like, well, I know who's going to win this.
Yeah. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of drama.
And with this one, but it's Phoenix, so you're always going to get something fun.
Oh man, yeah, he always does all sorts of incredible stuff.
Yeah.
And it's great that he's bringing back the Muscle Buster. But he
That
doesn't do it like
people.
He doesn't do it like Smo Joe though.
Yeah.
Smo Joe would put him up in his fall backwards. He spins him around, so it's almost more like a driver.
Probably even more dangerous.
No, because he has his arm under their neck to keep their chin down, so they don't land on their head. I'm sure it's perfectly safe.
Probably not. So anyways.
But it's another fun match. Phoenix is incredible.
Yeah, he's great. And he won with the aforementioned Muscle Buster.
And then they start beefing after the match.
Yeah.
Like Trent puts his hand out. Hey, Phoenix, shake it. And Phoenix like, no, I'm not going to shake your hand, dude.
He's kind of a jerk, Phoenix. That's like how he's booked now.
Yeah, both him and Penta. Penta won partially by kicking Christopher Daniels in the front area.
Also, because Christopher Daniels fell off the rope.
Yeah, that too.
In comedic fashion.
But I don't even know if he would have hit that move because there was the stage there.
Yeah.
Like if he had hit it how he's supposed to hit off the ropes and done the moonsault off there.
There's a lot of stank when you're coming down off that.
Yeah. And you need that extra 4 feet.
Yeah,
I feel like to land that move. I don't think I feel like that's something you can do when there's a ramp going right up to the stage. But I don't know. I'm not a wrestler. I don't know. Anyway, so Trent puts his hand out. Phoenix is like, no, I'm not going to shake your hand. And Trent, angry about being rebuffed, starts laying into Phoenix.
Yeah.
And Chuck has to get in there to break him up.
Well, he just lost. He's humiliated here.
Angry Trent.
JR's bringing up his NXT past. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Angry Trent is something else. We met him once. He didn't seem like an angry guy at all.
No, he spilled coffee all over his jacket.
Confused, yes.
And he seemed flustered, but not angry.
Flustered, yeah.
Not angry.
Yeah. After that, we had a Cody interview where he starts talking about the scar on his head. It's a reminder of his failure. He says he has no friends left because all of his friends are preoccupied.
Or turned on him.
He mentions Dustin in a blood feud with the Bucks against XLAX. Brandy's going around chopping people's hairs off, and his best friend MJF kicked him in the balls. Noticeably absent, he did not mention Kenny, who also did not make an appearance.
No, he's got another match against Kip Sabian on Dark.
Oh, well, it's a good thing they have their top star on Dark.
Yeah. And then he says, Butcher and the Blade, if you won for a match, you just could have asked one. And he says, I get the nature of your debut. Wrestling is all about pomp and circumstance. Look at my entrance. Mm-hmm. He says, well, they could have a match now, but Cody wants to pick his own partner. Instead, they announce later on in the episode that they will have a match. Cody will tag with QT Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
You know who's taking the pin in that match against Butcher and the Blade. And then he mentions MJF.
Wait, what? Back up? What?
Yeah, Cody's tagging with QT Marshall. He's
Should I know that person?
Yeah, he's been on Dynamite a couple times.
What? Is he like Super Jobber?
Yeah.
QT Marshall.
Yeah. He's been in a couple tag matches. He's lost a lot.
What the heck? I don't even know what this thing is.
And he talks about MJF throwing in the towel at Full Gear.
Here's a match against Heavy Machinery.
Yeah,
Did you mean he's been on NXT before?
No, he's been on Dynamite, dude.
But this is a picture from NXT.
I understand. He's been on Dynamite too.
Has he?
Yes.
I don't remember that at all.
Says that MJF throwing in the towel wasn't his choice, and he talks a bunch of trash about MJF. That's when he brings up now Crossroads are being botched on 2 different networks. And then he culminates by calling him a Bush League NWO version of Chris Jericho. Anytime he calls someone an NWO version of somebody else, I pop.
It was pretty funny.
And he goes on to explain why he befriended MJF. And at the end, he said, I knew that MJF was a bad guy, but at least he was going to be my bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he says, I'll give you MJF said he's never going to wrestle Cody. Name your price.
Cody said he's fake rich.
Oh, MJF is?
Yeah, he said his scarf is fake. He's got, what did he say? He's got, God, what was the term he used? He's like, I don't know, but he basically called him fake rich. And so he was like, hey, if you do want money, I've got that. Here's my very expensive watch.
He says, first, here's my truck. There's only 300 of them. Here's keys to my Ford truck. I know you love it. Here's a watch that Tony Khan gave to me.
Yeah.
This is like, it's the most expensive thing I have on me right now.
Right.
You could have it. You could have my Louis Vuitton shoes, my red bottoms.
Red bottoms.
Took those off. And here, if you want cash, Justin Roberts brings in a briefcase, opens up, says $50,000 in cash. When you prove it's real, here, give 100 to that kid right there.
If you were super rich, would you be a fancy European shoe guy, or would you remain a sneaker guy?
Sneaker guy.
But you just wear really cool sneakers.
I'd have a more extensive collection of sneakers. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Right on.
I mean, I don't know how much Louis Vuitton shoes cost. I'm guessing it's a lot more than probably any pair of sneakers I want, save for like some off-white Jordan 1s, which you have to buy,
What about those Back to the Future shoes? Aren't those like
$15,000?
Yeah, okay.
So those don't even
That's on par.
But that doesn't even look. Those don't even look comfortable. I don't want to wear shoes that aren't comfortable.
Yeah, right.
So, anyways, Cody really wants to have this match with MJF, and he says, "I still think MJF is the future of this business, but it's going to take me educating him with pain to get him there."
Yeah.
So it was a really good promo. Cody's dropping great promos left and right.
And then you can see MJF's response on internet right now. So that's cool. I really hope they put that on actual TV, and don't just rely on social media, because it's really well done. And he responds and he says, "I am actually rich," and he again, he's making really good use of that ring. Because Cody's thing was kiss the ring, and now he has it, and he kisses the ring.
There you go.
So see the ring.
I just wanted the ring to mean something.
You crapped all over the ring.
I just wanted it to mean something.
Just get this out right now. You crapped on the ring
because I didn't think it was going to mean anything. As long as it means something, that's all I care about.
Ye of little faith.
Yeah. What's it to you?
You know what it's to me. Before we continue, here's the word from the sponsor of today's show, Hims. The holidays are here, Larson, and if your turkey is feeling low on stuffing, which yours seems to be today, you're not alone. 40% of men by the age of 40 struggle with ED.
Maybe it's overstuffed. But why would guys try odd solutions looking for a Christmas miracle to treat their ED? Or worse, do nothing at all when they could turn to medicine and science? Hey, check out Hims, the gift that helps you keep giving.
Hims connects you with real doctors who can prescribe you well-known generic equivalents to name brand prescriptions to help you combat ED. We're talking real solutions backed by science.
Science.
All you got to do is answer questions about your medical history and chat with the doctor for confidential review. If you're approved by the doctor, products are sent directly to your door.
Hims makes getting treatment for your ED easy and affordable. You can say goodbye to awkward in-person doctor visits and long wait times at the pharmacy. Make sure that the Christmas tree isn't the only thing going up this year. Try out some Hims.
Your Yule log just found its match. Try Hims today by starting out with a free online visit. Go to forhims.com/GIR5. That's forhims.com/GIR5. forhims.com/GIR5. Prescription products are subject to doctor approval and require an online consultation with a physician who will determine if a prescription is appropriate.
See website for full details and safety information. This could cost hundreds if you went in person to the doctor's office or a pharmacy. Remember, that's forhims.com/GIR5.
I just remembered, man, it's Christmas time. I can get some eggnog. Oh, it's amazing. Tastes so good. Anyways, you know what else tastes so good? A Joey Janela interview where he's like, he's got kind of a George McFly thing going for him.
Kind of.
Hey.
He whisper screams.
Yeah. Hey, Mox, it's our density. I mean, our destiny.
I was one of the first to sign with AEW, and I was put on the back burner.
I've been on the back burner.
Hey, but unlike Punishment Martinez, he accepted donut from us.
That's true. Not yet. You went over there and he said, "Hey,
Joey and Penelope.
Would
Would you guys like a donut?" And they're like, maybe later.
And then he said, "Joey, keep her away from Kip Sabian."
I didn't know who Kip Sabian was back then, man.
Well, you should have known. And then he was like, "Maybe later."
Yeah.
And because he was hurting.
Yeah, he was hurting after that hardcore match with Hangman Page.
And we put the donut box on our table.
I went to the bathroom.
Everybody could just walk around and cough on it.
Yeah.
And a couple people got it. And then Joey Janela comes over and is like, "Hey, can I still have one of these?" Like, "Of course, bad boy Joey Janela, but keep her away from Kip Sabian."
You didn't know who Kip Sabian was then either.
Yeah, I did.
No, get out of here with that nonsense.
Anyways, Mox interrupts the promo.
He face palms,
Yeah.
shrugs, and just goes, kids,
Kids.
and walks away. Talking down to Joey Janela.
Yeah, man.
Next, another fun Dark Order video package. So there's a dude
I like this one.
on computer filling out like a survey or an application, and then he goes to like the ceremony where he's inducted into the group, and then they say, well, why do you want to join? What do you say, revenge?
Yeah, well, it showed some of the words on his application, and he's like hate writing. He's like one of those angry nerds who like viciously attacks things like Star Wars. It's like, I hate people. And so he's like, for vengeance or revenge or whatever. And they're like, acceptable. And so
here's Mask, he's in. The other guy.
The portly guy from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
They were like, what's your deal? And he should have said something similar because he got pushed around too. But he said, "I just want friends."
Oh, they don't like that.
They didn't like that at all. So Grayson kicks him to the ground.
And the creepers come up and start like
creeping on him.
rubbing on his face.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I started with that, and I thought, oh, this is going to get grim. Because I was watching with my youngest daughter, and my wife's like, "You sure she should be watching this?" I'm like, "All right, turn your head just in case."
It is still really weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
But I was like, they're going to get up with like an eyeball on, or something like that. No, they just kept on like messing with dude's face.
They're like, it was like a "I'm not touching you" thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Did you ever do that to your brother?
No.
"I'm not touching you"? I think I did it to my sister a couple times. So anyways, yeah. And then there is a cool little montage of all like the weird stock footage models that they had with the mask on. It was cool. I thought it was really cool.
And they got a cool new logo with the graphic that kind of glows and stuff. It looks
Yeah,
great.
they should have been doing this before.
Yeah, no, if they had started doing this kind of stuff, this gimmick would have started out on more solid footing.
I'd have been about it.
Yeah. Next, Nyla Rose taking on Leva Bates.
Yeesh.
Nyla pretty much immediately has the upper hand. She goes for a beast bomb. Peter Avalon, of course, he joined Leva ringside. He gets in the ring, gets in Nyla's face, tries to shush her. She grabs his finger. So Leva goes out and grabs a book, hits Nyla with it. Nyla's like, "I don't care about that. No cells." Choke slams both of them. Wins with a beast bomb, and then hits another on Leva after the match. She's going to go for a third. Shanna runs down the ring, hits her with a top rope fun splash, Superman punch, sets up for another, and then Nyla drops her with a power slam. This next part was fantastic. So Nyla gets the table from under the ring. And then so she sets up the table in the ring, sets up like she's going to powerbomb Shanna through it. And referee Rick Knox gets in her face. Is like, "Hey, don't do it. And she puts Shanna down. It's like, "All right, fine. Here, Rick, I'll shake your hand." Pulls Rick Knox in, powerbombs him through the table.
Yeah.
And then gets Shanna, powerbombs her on top of Rick Knox. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was good.
And then later on, they said she'd been suspended for that.
Wasn't that the bit where Britt Baker was watching, and then Excalibur says, "That's Adam Cole's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's a dentist."
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
That was good stuff.
Next, Chris Jericho came out for a promo. Of course, he's getting cheers. And he was like, "Hey, quiet, city of Champaign. Nobody has ever done anything that's come from this town. I'm more famous. I've done more than anybody born in Champaign." And I think Tony Khan was born in Champaign, Illinois.
Oh, that's funny.
I think, because the crowd was chanting Tony Khan.
Ah, okay.
I remember when they announced that show, that was where he was born.
That's cool. They made a big deal about them coming to Champaign.
Yeah, and I think that's why.
That's probably why. Okay, I
why.
never
Also,
understood
that's where
why.
University of Illinois is. They've been hitting college campuses.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's
Yeah,
part
it was
of
a
it
good
too.
crowd. All the. I mean, I haven't seen any. There's always they always frame these things so that any empty seats. And then you hear, I don't know, Meltzer or somebody said that the upcoming show in Cleveland apparently is not selling great. But last night's crowd looked great.
And then so he shouts out his champagne, a little bit of the bubbly.
Le bubbly.
I was looking at buying some. It's kind of spendy.
How much is it?
It's 2 bottles for $46.
2 bottles for 40.
So it's 23 a piece.
Oh,
Not including shipping.
well, I'll give you. $23? I'll chip in for.
You
want to?
you want to have a bottle of
We'll
bubbly?
do a review of the bubbly.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
See, we can make our money.
All right,
back.
once we're done with this, I'll hop on that. So he says he's got to
I gotta
have.
get some new jeans while I'm at it. It's got holes in them.
You missed your chance for Black Friday bargains. Maybe they're still doing Cyber Week sales. Some people do Cyber Weeks now.
That could
sales
be.
now.
Express always has sales going.
That's true. Anyways, he says he's got to have one more title defense this year, and he gets to pick his opponent. And so he pulls out a clipboard, or sorry, Jack Swagger has one on him.
Did you see what Jack Swagger was wearing, man?
Yeah, man.
That was awesome. He looks straight up like one of the Royal Tenenbaums.
I know.
It's amazing.
Maroon slacks,
Maroon
polo.
slacks, matching polo.
It was great.
Oh, he looked great.
It was great. So he says, I have a list. Crowd pops, and he's like, it's not that list.
Yeah, this isn't 2016.
Yeah, he says it's the Lexicon de les Champions. And on commentary that they said, I don't think Jericho knows what lexicon means.
Yeah, and then Tony was like, or JR said, "You gonna tell him?"
And he says, on it is every man he refuses to wrestle. And of course, Mox is mentioned a lot because
He's like
Mox is
every
going to
third
be
entry,
his next
yeah.
opponent. And so, but amongst other people on there was Kenny Omega, Kenny Ortega,
Kenny Chesney,
Kenny Chesney,
Kenny from South Park.
Kenny from South Park. He just named the butt. It was pretty great.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. It's good stuff.
He's doing a good job of hearkening back to past bits, but doing enough of a twist on it doesn't seem like retreads.
Yeah, it's great.
Because this invokes both the list of Jericho and the list of 1,004 holds.
If he wants to be a greatest hits guy, that's totally cool.
He's earned that. He's at that stage in his career.
Yeah, absolutely. He should have put Dean Malenko on that list.
He should have. And then he says, Ma, and then Jurassic Express music hits.
No, he said Marty.
Yeah, he did say
The
Marty.
actual word Marty came out of his
Marty.
mouth. He just didn't get to the second.
I know.
Because he was about to say the second part of his name, but
And
he
then
didn't get
interrupted
to
by
that.
Jurassic Express. They come down. Jericho says, oh, I'm happy you guys are here because Luchasaurus, Marco, you guys are on this list. And
He
Luchasaurus.
said, I don't fight dinosaurs.
Yeah. And we say guys are too small. No, sorry. Luchasaurus says that.
Dinosaurs and children.
Yeah. And Luchasaurus grabs the mic and goes, "Arr!"
Yeah.
Says, you probably think I talk like that, don't you?
I've got 2 degrees.
I've got a master's degree in something ancient history or
Yeah.
medieval history, and
Yeah.
starts naming, I don't know, like French authors or something like that. Do you know who any of those people are? And he says, Marco, he's just small for his age. Jericho said,
He's
no,
small.
small for any age.
He's small for any age.
And
was
then,
pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. And then Jericho turns his attention to Jungle Boy and says, hey, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, you weren't on the list.
He said, if I'm not going to fight you, I'm not going to fight you. Am I going to fight you?
And he calls him a piece of shit. Says you couldn't last 10 minutes with me in the ring. And then Jungle Boy says, I can last 10 minutes with you, and I'm going to kick your ass. And it goes and slaps Jericho right across his face.
Yeah.
And there's a brawl that breaks out. Jurassic Express clears the ring. We have Jericho's challenger for December 18th episode of Dynamite.
Yeah, they're all going to bring it for December 18th because at least for AEW, it's their last show of the year, I think.
Yeah, because they're not running one Christmas Day.
Right.
And the
then-
way NXT's framing things, it seems like they may not either.
Yeah, because December, they're like really
There's
making
2
a
title
push for
defenses.
December 18th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, so I wonder what they're going to do. I mean, just do recap. Everybody's do recap shows.
I know.
Do recap shows. It's fine.
I mean, USA has, I don't know if they have Christmas-themed programming already in place
Oh, that could be.
because it's Christmas Day.
Like they probably have like the
The Jingle
National
All the
Lamp-
Way,
National Lampoon's
Jingle All the Way marathon
Christmas
or something like that.
Vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's TBS that does Christmas
Oh, doesn't
Story.
somebody do like Christmas Story
think-
like 24
Yeah, I
hours?
think it's TBS.
Okay, there you go.
It's either TBS or TNT. One of them does.
Right on.
Anyways, Jungle Boy versus Chris Jericho should be good.
Yeah, that
It
should be.
gives-
That
it
should
gives
be
Jungle
really
Boy
fun.
a really good. I like that AEW is by and large having Jericho's title defenses between pay-per-views be against, in the case of Darby Allin and Jungle Boy, up and coming talent.
Yeah, the
a
same
really
way,
good showcase of their skills against
same
their
way they're
champion.
using Mox also.
Yeah.
They got Janela and then Darby Allin.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it's funny because I was talking crap about it last week, I think, or earlier this week, and you made the point, I mean, these guys, they're not going to be main eventers like right now, but it's good for them to get that shine in the main event spot. Mm-hmm. And that's a good point, solid point. Mm-hmm. You're a piece of crap. That's a solid point. After that, we had Chris Statlander versus Hikaru Shida.
Oh, this is fantastic.
Hell of a match.
This was fantastic.
Holy crap.
I like that Statlander's gimmick is essentially she's an alien.
Yeah, that's cool too. I really love that they went all in on her cheesy Videotron, and they literally just showed that feed on the broadcast. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
And then you see her, and she's just like an alien.
Yeah.
I really hope if she does promos, it's like in
Yeah. Or whatever you imagine alien language is like.
That's what I think it is. What do you think aliens sound
I
like?
have no idea.
Really?
I've never met an alien before. I'm not going to presume that I know how they
about
sound.
that?
Well, I guess I am sitting next to you. Fun match. At one point, Statlander goes for this crazy moonsault where she just kicks one leg back and just does a backflip.
Yeah.
And then
She made everything look so easy.
I know, she's really good.
Yeah.
But she just eats a knee from Shida. Shida goes for the knee off the chair, and then Statlander catches her, drives her to the barricade. And then back in the ring, she does this. It's not like the traditional rolling cover segment that wrestlers will do. Well, they'll try to cover each other and then rolling around the ring a bunch of times. This is like a design move from Statlander to dizzy Shida by doing all these covers rolling around the ring, and then finally settling in and going for a real cover.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Only gets her a 2 count.
Oh, by the way, Nicholas Combs bringing this up. We totally had somebody do a sign.
Yes.
Yeah, that was rad.
That was awesome.
That was really cool.
And the Statlander hits a backbreaker. Shida transitions from that right into a Fujiwara armbar. Statlander gets the bottom rope, and then she hits a face buster. Scissor kick only gets her a 2. Shida hits a Shining Wizard for a 2. Statlander ends up winning, surprisingly somewhat. This is our first one-on-one match, I think.
Yeah.
With a cradle tombstone type move.
They did a good job of commentary, really pushing that Shida is the
Is
number one contender.
Yeah.
Does this force Britt Baker completely out of the rankings? Is that why she was in the crowd watching the other match?
No, I think she's still
Because she lost to Shida.
Yeah.
And then Statlander just beat
Shida. So after that win, Awesome Kong and Brandy come out to the ramp. Brandy has a mic. She dubs their burgeoning faction, Nightmare Collective.
We are the Nightmare Collective, an extension of the Nightmare family.
Again,
great
corporate-
benefits,
corporate
health
talk.
benefits, 401k plan, revenue sharing,
yes, stock
all
options.
sorts of stock options,
Yeah, she says,
company car.
yes, we're a collective, part of Nightmare family, like any family. We're looking to grow. And so she makes a pitch to Statlander about joining. And then Statlander's just kind of
she doesn't understand English because she's an alien.
she's an alien. So Awesome Kong steps up to her. And then
Pulls out her knife.
yeah, and then a fan,
Yeah.
Melanie Cruz ringside, starts yelling,
I pledge.
I'll join. I want
pledge."
in. So security lets her hop over the barricade or lets her pass. And then they take her hair off.
Yeah. During
First-
picture-in-picture ads.
First, it was with knife, and then they get some clippers out.
A very disgruntled-looking employee with some clippers comes down. I can't believe they're going to do this during
Yeah.
picture-in-picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a really cool picture of all three of them.
Yes.
On social media. It's Melanie Cruz. She's an indie wrestler.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I know they made a point of saying also afterwards on social media that Statlander has indeed signed with the company.
Which is huge.
I thought
'cause
I had
she's
heard
awesome.
that earlier this week.
Yeah, I think Brandy said it earlier this week.
Okay. And then, yeah. Apparently there was some sort of
Mix-up, wasn't there?
with WWE, they
her
wanted her,
paperwork,
but
yeah.
her paperwork got lost in the shuffle or something. That's what happens when you start signing literally everybody with a face.
Anyways, I'm happy she's in AEW because she's great.
Yeah.
Next, Christopher Daniels versus Pentagon Jr.
What he does, I understand the point of SCU is that they're two of them are kind of older dorks, and one of them is like a young stud.
Yeah.
Younger stud. He's been doing it since like 2001.
I
Really
know.
not that much longer, but
No,
Scorpio
that's why I didn't
Sky-
bring up Scorpio Sky in terms of having matches, championship matches against Jericho in terms of up and coming guys. Because granted, he's not a household name by
he
stretch.
feels like an up-and-coming
He is,
guy, but
he's been doing this for like 20 years.
like a million
Like
years.
15, 20 years.
Yeah. I think his debut was in 2001, so he's coming up on 20 years. Yeah. But Christopher Daniels doing I get it. I know it's supposed to be cheesy. But to me, it's like,
the mic stuff?
It's
I can't stand that.
When it's all three of them, I'm okay with it because they're all a group and they're all having fun. When it's just him, it is the dorkiest thing, and it's
even amongst
cringe, right?
the whole faction, I can't stand it. I just can't. He comes out there with the mic and like half plays the hype man. It's painful.
wow,
man. It's
revelation. I didn't know that.
Not into it.
I didn't know.
Not into it. Now, if he was out there lip syncing along to SCU's theme like Taichi does,
Okay,
that
yeah.
I'd be into.
Oh, okay.
That's the level of cheesiness I could buy into.
Well, the thing about Taichi is that he's got the whole opera gimmick going, and like, I don't know much about the Japanese music scene, and so I'm like, oh, maybe this is part of that. And he looks really cool. Christopher Daniels just looks like old guy.
He's like a 50-year-old dude.
Exactly. It was like, dude, the party we went to at StarCast. It was just like a 50-year-old white guy's, dream party.
Yeah, with LA Guns playing.
Which, granted, look, we're not that far away from being
We're
50,
not.
but we're not that.
No. I was never much into LA
I was
Guns.
sad that the next year, the next StarCast, Janela had
Tone Loc, man.
Tone Loc.
We've seen Tone Loc before.
That'd
He was
have been
great.
my thing, yeah.
Yeah, man. Tone Loc would have been great.
But yeah, and then Daniels hit that botch off the rope.
Yeah, he hit the ramp hard.
Yeah.
That was rough. I mean, the match started out okay when they were trying to brawl on the ramp and going for pile drivers and stuff.
Yeah.
There was fun bits.
No,
Pentagon's
there was.
But yeah.
At a certain point, what's-his-face, Phoenix came out and like threw Daniels' mic stand into the
Yeah, and the
ring.
Pentagon was going to try to use it, and then where is it? Yeah, he tries to hit Daniels with the mic stand. He hits him with an STO instead, and so Daniels goes to pick up the mic stand, thinks about using it, and it's like, well, if he uses it, he's going to be DQ'd, doesn't want to do this. So he tosses it aside. The ref goes to kick it out of the ring. Pentagon low blows him. Package pile driver for the win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I with that moonsault thing off the rope, I didn't know how he would have hit that with the ramp there. Don't know how he would have done that.
Well, he just would have. He just landed on Penta.
Penta was standing up though.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, he wasn't?
No, he was
All
on
right.
the ground. He was in position, and he landed next to him, and then Penta was like, he looked over at him, and then he started rolling up.
It was just bad.
Oh. Yeah. Anyways, after that, we had a promo from the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny. And,
They just have beef with
Allie
Cody.
says, the Bunny, I guess, says they're tired of seeing Cody everywhere. They're in AEW to cut the head off the snake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was cool. That's good. I like Allie as, I guess, sort of cult leader person, I guess. I guess it works.
Time travelers are from the turn of the century, 1900s.
The other two dudes look great.
Yeah, man.
Pepper Parks is Braxton
Sutter.
Sutter's name.
And then I guess the Butcher.
Yeah.
That's Andy Williams. He's a guitarist
Yeah.
for some band, too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's cool. Man, that guy's got a life. Anyways.
And he sports a monocle.
Yeah, not a lot of people can pull off the monocle, but he
It's
really
uncomfortable.
does.
I mean, I've never tried a monocle, but it doesn't even put anything, holding it with, like, just pressure from your eyebrow.
Do you
It's
think
not
old-timey
easy.
guys who wore monocles only did that exclusively at, like, parties?
Oh, I don't think they wore them all the time, no.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I think it's more so if something you want, like reading glass, something you want to see, you got to pop that monocle up and hold it in place and then look through it. Like, why not wear glasses? I don't know. 'Cause glasses existed.
There has to be a reason for that.
Maybe.
The mono. And probably like a sign of,
No, I'm sure.
it's a social status thing.
Could be. Can't be troubled with being able to see out of both eyes.
I don't know. I don't know if it was for people who were like had bad vision in one eye.
It could be similar to bifocals, where maybe people are more or less able to see distance, but not
Because
up close.
similarly, if it was just one eye, you can get a dummy lens and then a good lens.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe just look more distinguished.
maybe.
I'm sure it's on. We could look it up
Yeah.
very quickly.
Yeah, I'm sure we could.
Anyways, this main event saw Joey Janela Matt wrestled John Moxley for 5 minutes before we got a real match out of these guys.
Yeah, but once we got going, it was fun.
Yeah, no, it was cool stuff. They knew how to pace this match.
Yeah, it was paced well.
From Matt wrestling.
And it built up. And like I said, this is what Joey was saying, that he wants to, I saw on Twitter, he said he wanted to improve his mat wrestling. So it played into that. He was trying to hang with Moxley on the mat. And then he reached the point where he's like, I can't do that. So he had to get crazy. You got information for us?
Yeah, a little bit here. The antiquarian Philip von Stosch wore a monocle in Rome in the 1720s in order to closely examine engravings and antique engraved gems. But the monocle did not become an article of gentleman's apparel until the 19th century. It was introduced by the dandies quizzing glass of the 1790s as a sense of high fashion.
All right. So at first it was like a magnifying glass, essentially.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What are the dandies? I mean, I can only take a guess. It's like a gym dandy. Like, oh, you're fancy. A dandy is historically a man who places particular importance upon physical appearance, refined language, and leisurely hobbies. Sounds a lot like myself.
Well, except for the fashion part.
I know, I got to get new jeans.
So there's some brawling on the ramp. Mox goes for a paradigm shift. Janela gets out of that, hits a tornado DT on the ramp. That was cool. Joey jumps off the top rope, but Mox rolls out, and then Joey just hits a suicide dive. That was cool. They're both back in the ring. They're both on the top rope. Mox is going for the super paradigm shift. Joey gets out of that and hits like the motion you do for a roll up from behind, where you stick your arm through the person's crotch.
Yeah.
And pull him down. He did that off the top rope to kind of powerbomb Mox off. That was neat. Mox goes another paradigm shift. Joey escapes, sends Mox in the turnbuckle. That looked rough. Mox rolls out of the ring. Joey follows with, this was great because they have a shot of Mox just like recuperating from being thrown headfirst in the turnbuckle, and he's leaning against the timekeeper's table. And it's like a medium shot from waist up. And then out of the top of the frame flies in Joey Janela, and then puts Mox through the timekeeper's table. That was great. Joey tosses Mox back in the ring, goes for the Macho Man elbow, hits it, can only get a 2 count. They're back brawling up on the top rope. And looks like Mox kind of like paradigm shift Joey on the top turnbuckle while they were brawling up there.
Yeah.
And then follows with a proper paradigm shift for the win. And then close the show, they hit Jericho's music. He walks in through the crowd, poses with title. So I'm guessing that's going to be the match for next pay-per-view.
Yeah, seems like it.
And they're taking
or
their
Bash
time.
of the... that seems like a big
Or
deal.
maybe though for Jericho Cruise.
For Bash of the Beach. Maybe, because that seems to be the next big thing they've got going.
Even though it's just an episode of Dynamite.
Yeah, I know. But their next pay-per-view... They haven't
Nope.
even announced their next pay-per-view.
I still speculate. Well, maybe since NXT has that show on President's Day weekend, that Sunday, maybe they'll, since they haven't announced anything, maybe they'll reconsider.
Yeah, that needs to be a big pay-per-view thing, because, I mean, Mox could definitely be the guy to take it off him. It actually makes a lot of sense at that point. Maybe at Bash of the Beach they'll do something like he'll have to take on Hager in Hager's first match. You know, like that could be like a special thing for Hager.
Hager still needs to have a match against Dustin. That match needs to happen.
Do they have a thing?
Hager's the one that broke Dustin's arm.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
So that match needs to happen. Hager hasn't even had a match yet.
No, he has not.
He's just been the heavy.
No, I kind of like how they do that, though.
Me too.
I'm happy they just haven't had him trot out, beat like Luchasaurus or beat, somebody small or a QT Marshall, something like that.
QT Marshall. You're all, who? Like, he's been on the show before several times. Let's answer some questions, Steve.
No.
Before the show goes completely off the rails. Joshua Martinez, thank you. He just is emoji.
Or
A
he could
wink
be
emoji.
thanking us. Or is that a monocle emoji?
That's why I was about to say the same
Looks
thing.
like
It could
a
be a
monocle
monocle. Kyle Mushigan, Nightmare Collective, gave me CM Punk Straight Edge Society circa 2008 vibes with the haircutting. Thought the same thing.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that on the Twitters. A lot of people are so crappy about it, too. They're like, are they really ripping off CM Punk?
That was 11 years
People
ago.
are so crazy, man.
I know.
Just need to chill out a little bit.
Pete Santiago, you guys watched the show Vikings? No. My Edge is on that, right? Or he was. I think he was.
Yeah, Edge. Yeah, my wife watched it. She seemed to like it quite a bit. Cody Miles brings us up in the Discord, which you can actually get free access to right now for like limited rooms in the Discord. But then full access to the Discord, $1. on Patreon.
That's all it takes.
It's all it takes, $1. But Cody Miles brings up this theory, and I really like it. I think it's great. The theory that the Dark Order, the Nightmare Family, and the Bunny, Butcher, and the Blade are actually connected branches of the villain enterprises. Marty Scurll's going to come in, and they're all one big thing. That would be so cool.
That would be cool.
Because that's like a crazy, hella people in one huge thing.
If it brings Marty and Birdie King and PCO over.
Even just Marty.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the other two. I just don't know what their contract status are.
Yeah, I don't know either.
They probably signed
I hope not.
Flip Gordon 5-year.
Hope not.
Here's my soul deal.
Pete Santiago again. You guys crack me up when you argue.
Yeah, I mean, we've known each other probably too long. At a certain point, we should stop knowing each other and then come back around to knowing each other if it feels right in the moment. I'm saying this is a long-term plan, not a right now thing.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get your hopes up.
Sorry.
I came in this morning. I was like, I want to buy you lunch. Let's go. I'm going to buy you lunch at Brew Pub next door.
Yeah.
And you're like all crappy to me today.
No, I wasn't crappy today.
You're kind of crappy to me today.
I wasn't. I was just.
I think it's because you didn't have a good holiday. You drove like way too much.
Well, I didn't have a bad
you
holiday.
Didn't get a break.
Yeah, I didn't get a break.
You need a break.
I do need a break.
Yeah.
I do need a break.
You get to sleep in. Well, I don't know about sleeping in, but tomorrow.
No, I don't get to sleep in really.
No.
One day this week I actually slept till like 7:30. For me, that's sleeping in.
Yeah.
This morning I got up at like 5:45. Just woke up.
Yeah.
Didn't have to. Nobody else was awake. I just woke up.
Totally true. Cody Miles says, things Steve doesn't remember. Shane versus Taker at Hell in a Cell. I had totally forgot about that. It's not surprising. Look, I have a terrible memory. It's getting worse, too. It's getting really bad. I honestly think I probably have got early onset Alzheimer's or something.
I think my memory's failing me because I like to have a beer every night. And alcohol kills brain cells.
Yeah, that's like a whole other thing. And then he also says, like, 2020 might be a really bad year for us.
Yeah, we try to get the end of the year to the best of stuff. I don't know. What happened this month?
I have to start working on Best of December because we have or Best of November rather, because I have a thread up here. And so like, I'm going to have to go through that stuff because I don't remember what happens. And then he says QT Marshall. I also forgot QT Marshall.
Yeah. Nick C. signs in the front row for Going in Raw, Cultaholic, and Simon Miller. He says also, I did a podcast with Simon this morning reviewing 2019. Always a blast. Check you later. That's cool. Simon's good people.
Oh, really? That's cool. Nick C. was on a podcast with Simon Miller?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Good job.
Inner Circle Bud Ryan. Alan Jones was on Jericho's list. That is AJ Styles' shoot name.
Bud Ryan. Yeah, that was funny.
Oh,
Bud
yeah.
Ryan, DM me on Twitter because
You didn't see the tweet, evidently.
DM me, please. I need to get info from you. Dominist says, which one's Dawson? Scott Dawson's the bald one, man.
Yep.
I know that now.
S8. When will AEW reveal a mid-card title? Maybe on the Jericho cruise.
There you go.
I don't know.
We're not Nostradamus people, but it should be. The question is, when should they? Sooner the better.
Soon, yeah. Maybe
Sooner
probably next pay-per-view.
There you go. Do a tournament.
Exactly.
Do a
Tournaments
tournament
are
leading
always
to
great.
the next pay-per-view.
Tournaments are always great.
Get to Bash of the Beach. When's Bash of the Beach?
January 14th.
And then do a tournament after that.
And then the finals next pay-per-view.
Cody says, since Mania Week shows are being announced right now, do you think AEW will run a show, at least Dynamite in Orlando that week? I would doubt it. Didn't Cody say that's for WWE?
Yeah, I don't think they'll touch it. Wolfpack for Life over here on the Patreon. What chant has lost its impact the most? This is awesome.
Hey, you know what I was really happy with, though? There was one person I noticed during Brandy's speech. I heard one single guy yell, what? And then not again. Like, she can say something and nobody says anything. Yeah. And it's awesome. It's
great.
So great.
Did you notice that when Rhea Ripley, I'll just bring this up now on NXT, when she was like, in her introduction to Mia Yim, when she's like, here's the things about setup. Well, I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was kind of awkward.
Yeah, it was awkward.
And there's a long pause, and you hear this one guy go, what? Yeah, because everybody's confused.
I was confused too. I was like, you could just like feel a fart in the air.
Well, you seem like you could hear everybody thinking,
including Rhea Ripley. Like, her face was like,
and then Mia Yim's music hits.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
okay.
This whole thing, this match against Dakota Kai was a setup. I kind of feel like Rhea Ripley should still want her pound of flesh too. You know, it was her team that got turned on.
Yeah, but she won. Her team won.
Still, I feel like
And didn't she probably, you know what it is? Probably deep down, she's like, yeah, I kind of had that coming. I was kind of a dick to her. I think, dude, I don't know. I'd feel that way. Be like, yeah, I had that coming. Probably should have been nicer.
Wolfpack for life. What chant has lost its impact the most? This is awesome. Holy shit, you deserve it. Name of the show after something cool happened. You deserve it. People say you deserve it for everything.
I always liked I think it was on an episode of Straight to Hell, Ospreay said he hates the fight forever chant. He's like, man, usually it happens towards the end of a really good match. And I'm like, I just want to get this done with because I'm hurting. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, fight forever? And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Fight for like another minute.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
That was good.
Yeah, you deserve it. That needs to go away.
All right, just use sparingly.
This is awesome really gets used too often.
Yeah.
But the crowd is happy. We're going to be upset with the crowd being happy now? Come on. Where's the question thread?
Bobby Rivera, will AEW work out its quirks like audio issues and save me from having to watch WB my whole life? There are some audio issues. Kickoff Dynamite.
Oh, it was minor.
They're still learning how to do TV every week. It's not easy.
It was all, and then all of a sudden, like no crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also. I'll be honest with you. I could deal with a couple audio issues here or there. JR is wearing thin on me, man. He really is. He is wearing thin on me. Like I'm so tired of Excalibur being so into it and dropping these move names that like we've all heard, we all know what they are.
Yeah.
And then JR's like, oh, is that what was the one Esca?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know. And then JR was like, yeah, hell of a car, something like that.
Yeah.
And then Tony just chuckles.
Yeah.
I'm like, get out of here, man.
Yeah. Tony and Excalibur be a good two-man team.
I know, I agree.
The Rain Trigger, they should debut Marty by having Wardlow rip off the suit, only reveal Marty on stilts in a really puffy shirt.
How great would it be if Wardlow was actually like a flesh mech for Marty Skrull?
That'd be great.
That would be amazing.
That's a villain move right there.
Holy crap.
Ki-
Thomas Dunnigan. Why did NWO Tessa Blanchard want to join Brandy's cult? I was thinking that too. I was like,
Yeah, me
holy
too.
crap.
Me
That
too.
looks vague. That looks a lot like
Tessa Blanchard. I thought that too. Kinniku Bone Man. Who would you pick for a modern era wrestling Mount Rushmore from any promotion? Men or woman? Man or woman?
A modern era Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
Is Cena in that? Is that modern era?
Yeah, I guess modern era. If we define it like last 10 years,
Okay.
then Cena would obviously qualify.
Probably
Punk would
Cena,
be on there. Could
Brock, Punk, and then like Charlotte or Becky, something like that.
be on there. I'd have Okada.
Okay. Yeah, you had Brock on there.
Is this my Mount
He's
Rushmore
a
or
huge
yours?
Deal. It's yours, but I'm telling you what to do.
No, you're not.
Just put Brock on there.
Think again.
Well, I am, but you can accept it or not.
Okada,
Overrated.
Charlotte.
She's good.
Last 10 years. Daniel Bryan.
That's a good answer. And Brock Lesnar.
And then probably CM Punk.
Really? No Cena on there?
No.
Wow. What a terrible Mount Rushmore.
Not my best.
Cena, Brock, Bryan, Charlotte. And then like Cody.
Too many. It's 4.
And then Pepper Parks.
Oh
QT Marshall. QT Marshall.
QT Marshall.
Let's see here. And we'll do one more.
All right.
Let's see if there's anybody here in Discord. No. Boy, Discord is just Cody Miles. Nobody else is. Here's the thing. You got to tag us in Discord if you want us to, if you want to get our attention.
Yeah.
All right, fine. No more questions.
Wow.
Here we go. Matthew Bowers. Jericho has had quick feuds with Darby, Scorpio Sky, and now Jungle Boy, all for the title. Who do you think has the highest ceiling between them for the future? I'm going to say Jungle Boy. I think he's got a great look. I think that he's really young, and he's not too short.
I'm going to say Scorpio Sky because I feel like...
He's so old, though.
I know, but he's like the most... He's not so old. He's like in his late 30s.
That's really old.
Not really. Jericho's like pushing 50, dude. I feel like Scorpio Sky might be the most well-rounded star of the three. He's great on the mic. He's great in the ring. Tons of charisma. Like Darby's fun in the ring. He's got tons of charisma. Obviously, I don't know much about his mic abilities. Same with Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
I think if we're talking who's most ready for prime time in the near future, it's Scorpio Sky.
Well, the question is the highest ceiling.
Highest ceiling?
It's Jungle Boy, for sure. Darby Allin's too small. I'm sorry. I'll just say it. He's too
I don't know
small.
if he's too small. I think he might.
He's really small.
He's small, but I think the worry about him being small is only a concern in conjunction with how he wrestles. Because he's that small and he throws his body around with reckless abandon.
That's another reason why he doesn't have a high ceiling, because he just throws his body
That's
around.
more my concern than whether he's 5'7" and 170 pounds. I don't really care about that.
Well, yeah, you don't, but I think a lot of people would. Jungle Boy's got a great look.
I don't think Jungle Boy is much taller.
Oh, there's a difference between Jungle Boy.
yeah.
Darby Allin looks more like Marco Stunt.
Well, he's not quite that short.
He's getting there, though. He's short for any age. Jungle Boy, he's got a great look.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be a terrific wrestler, and he's really, really young. And that's the thing, is that Scorpio Sky is not really young. So it's like in the near future, yeah, he might. I would love to see him as champion. Love that. I think it'd be great.
Well, Darby Allin's 5'8".
That's being generous,
I think
man.
that's about right.
He's like 5'5", probably.
Oh, that's not.
No, he does not have an
Really?
entry. That's not true. Yeah, look, the bottom one.
Wow. Not even. Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah. Let's see what chat says. Usually Jungle Boy is slightly shorter than Jericho. Yeah.
So he's built 5'10", so he's 2 inches taller than Darby Allin.
Shane says Jungle Boy is smaller than. No, that's not right. Yeah, 5'10" versus 5'8". But I'm telling you, Darby Allin's not 5'8". That's not a chance. Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks so much for tuning in on that definitive word. Thanks. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Oh, we're gonna be back later for NXT.
Yeah.
Yeah.